Stop for a moment and listen to the silence beneath the sounds of your room. It is a vast hidden frequency, like the low hum of the universe itself, waiting for you to tune in. Right now, you are not just lying in a bed. You are beginning to leave the gravity of the day behind. Imagine that the air around you has turned into liquid silk, thick and supportive, lifting the weight of your body until you feel completely suspended in a sea of cool, dark ink. You are no longer tethered to the hours or the minutes. Time is stretching out, becoming a long, slow ribbon that has no beginning and no end. You are entering the suspension of the night. Science tells us that as you drift, your brain begins to prune the forest of your thoughts. All the noise, the flickering lights of social screens, and the echoes of voices are being gently swept away by a cool, internal wind. Think of it as a quiet cleaning of a grand estate after a long, busy festival. The lights are being dimmed, the chairs are being tucked away, and a deep, resonant silence is settling over the halls. You don't need to help with the cleaning. You don't need to watch the process. You are the guest of honor, and your only task is to lean back into the softness and let the world fade into a blur. The rhythm of your existence is shifting. Your brain is moving away from the jagged, electric pulses of the waking world and into the deep, oceanic swells of the dreaming mind. These are long, slow waves that roll through your consciousness like the tide under a midnight moon. Each wave carries away a little more of your name, a little more of your worries, a little more of the ground beneath you. You are becoming fluid. You are becoming a ripple in a vast, dark pool. Feel the way the air moves in your lungs. It is the only clock that matters now. There's a beautiful surrender in this rhythm. Your heart is slowing down, mirroring the calm of a deep-sea forest where sunlight barely reaches. Down here, everything is slow. Everything is graceful. Your muscles are no longer holding on to tension. They're letting it go, like a rope being uncoiled and allowed to sink to the bottom of the ocean. Your hands feel heavy, yet your spirit feels incredibly light, as if you could simply float upward through the ceiling and into the starlit sky. You don't need to stay awake to see where this journey goes. The destination is already inside you. Your brain is preparing a tapestry of dreams, colors that don't exist in the daylight, sounds that are as soft as falling snow. This is the science of your own healing. While you rest, your mind is mending the fraying edges of your spirit. It is washing your memories in silver water, keeping the gold and letting the dross drift away. You are safe in this process. You are protected by the chemistry of the night. Drift further now, into that space where the words stop making sense and become pure feeling. The feeling of cool linen against your skin. The feeling of a slow heartbeat. The feeling of the infinite dark being a kind and gentle friend. You are moving past the gates of logic. You are stepping into the mist. There is no rush. There is only this breath, and then the next, and then the quiet between them.
You are now floating in that delicate golden space between worlds. It is the moment where the solid ground of reality begins to soften and turn into something more fluid, like a landscape painted in watercolors that have not yet dried. As you drift here, the part of your brain that solves problems and keeps track of time is finally stepping into the shadows. Imagine it as a lighthouse keeper who has spent all day watching the horizon, now finally turning off the great beam, blowing out the small candle and leaning back into a comfortable chair. The light is gone, but the warmth remains. You are safe in the dimming glow. In this stage of your journey, your mind is performing a beautiful, quiet magic. Science calls it the slowing of the waves, but you can think of it as the settling of dust in a sunbeam. Throughout the day, your thoughts were like 1,000 tiny mirrors reflecting 1,000 different lights. But now the mirrors are being turned face down. The reflections are fading. There is a great cool emptiness opening up inside you, a vast field of dark velvet where nothing is required of you. You don't need to think, you don't need to analyze, and you certainly don't need to stay awake to see what happens next. The transition is happening all on its own, as natural as the cooling of the earth after a long summer day. Feel the edges of your identity beginning to blur. It is a wonderful feeling, like a drop of rain merging with the lake. You are no longer defined by your name, your job, or your history. You are simply a quiet awareness, a soft pulse in the great rhythm of the night. Your brain is now releasing the last of the day's tension, sending out ripples of calm that travel from the center of your chest all the way to the tips of your fingers and toes. Each ripple carries away a fragment of a memory, a sliver of a worry, leaving behind nothing but a smooth, silver silence. As the logic of the day dissolves, the language of the night begins to take over. This is a language made not of words, but of textures and sensations. The weight of the blankets feels like a warm embrace. The coolness of the pillow against your cheek feels like a moonlit breeze. You might see faint flickers of color behind your eyelids, deep purples, soft indigos, shifting grays. These are the first brushstrokes of your dreams. They are not here to be understood, they are here to be felt. They are the heralds of a deeper rest, inviting you to come even further away from the waking world. You are sinking now into the deep, quiet architecture of the dreaming mind. Imagine yourself descending into a forest of soft, silver trees. The ground beneath your feet is made of moss and starlight, and every step you take is silent. In this forest, time does not move in a straight line. It circles back on itself like a gentle stream. There is no hurry to reach the end, for there is no end. There is only the beauty of the trees, the coolness of the air, and the feeling of being completely and utterly at peace. Repeat this feeling to yourself. I am drifting. I am dissolving. I am safe. Let the words lose their meaning and become just a vibration, a soft hum that resonates in your bones. You are moving past the last outposts of the day. The lights of the city are gone. The sounds of the world are gone. There is only this breath, this heartbeat, and the vast, welcoming dark. Deeper into the mist, further from the shore. The dream is waiting for you, and it is made of nothing but love and quiet.
Imagine, for a moment, that your body is no longer a collection of weight and effort, but a vast, quiet landscape that is settling under the first deep snow of winter. Every muscle, every fiber, and every cell is beginning to understand that the day is truly over. There's a profound science to the surrender. It is the moment your nervous system stops guarding the gates and allows the heavy, golden oil of relaxation to flow through every vessel. You are becoming an anchor, sinking slowly to the layers of the night, moving toward a place where the concept of effort simply does not exist. Feel the heavy warmth in your shoulders and back. It is as if the bed beneath you is turned into a soft, inviting mold, custom-made for your exact shape. You are fitting into it perfectly, shedding the tension of the day like a snake sheds its old skin. Your spine is a long, curved river of light, and each vertebrae is a smooth stone resting in the current. There is no need to hold yourself upright. There is no need to be ready for anything. The gravity that once felt like a burden is now your most trusted friend, pulling you gently, lovingly, into the core of the earth's silence. Inside your brain, the chemical tides are shifting. The messengers of action are retiring for the night, and in their place, a slow, silver wave of tranquility is washing over your thoughts. Think of a grand piano where the lid is being softly lowered. The strings are still there, the music is still there, but the sound is becoming muted, distant, and incredibly sweet. You might feel a gentle pulsing in your temples or behind your eyes. This is the rhythm of your brain waves stretching out, growing long and lazy, like a cat stretching in a patch of moonlight. You don't need to track these waves. You don't need to stay awake to guide them. They know the way to the deep. As your body grows heavier, your mind feels a strange and beautiful lightness. It is as if you are a kite whose string has been gently cut. You are not lost. You are simply free to float on the invisible currents of the night air. You are drifting over the rooftops of your own memories, seeing them as soft, blurred lights in the distance. They are safe. They are settled. You are moving toward a deeper level of existence, where the breath is the only language you speak. In and out, like the slow, rhythmic expansion of a galaxy. There is a deep peace in the silence of your limbs. Your hands are resting like two quiet birds in the tall grass. Your legs are long and still, like fallen trees in a peaceful forest. This physical stillness is a message to your brain, a signal that ripples upward. All is well. The work is done. It is time to dream. You are now entering the sanctuary of the subconscious, a place where the air is cool and the light is made of echoes. You are safe here. You are more than safe. You are entirely, perfectly at home. Let the words I speak become less like instructions and more like the sound of falling rain on a tin roof. You don't need to hear every drop to know that the rain is there, comforting and constant. You are sinking to the layers of consciousness, passing through the soft clouds of sleep, one layer, then another, each one softer and darker than the last. The world above is a fading memory. The world below is a warm, waiting embrace. Deep, heavier. Still, you are no longer a person trying to sleep. You are the sleep itself. You are the night. You are the peace. Now, imagine that the 5 windows of your senses are being draped with thick, soft velvet, one by one. The world outside is still there, but it is becoming a distant whisper, a ghost of a memory that no longer has the power to pull at your attention. This is the moment where your brain begins to withdraw its feelers from the external world, turning its gaze inward to the vast, starlit cathedral of your inner self. You are safe in this darkening room. There is nothing left to see, nothing left to hear, and nothing left to touch but the softness of the air and the steady rhythm of your own life. First, let the sense of sight dissolve. Even behind your closed eyelids, the phantom shapes of the day, the glow of screens, the outlines of furniture, the sharp edges of light, are all beginning to melt into a uniform, soothing charcoal. It is as if you are watching a drop of black ink spread slowly through a glass of midnight blue water. Your eyes are resting in their cradles, no longer searching, no longer focusing. They have seen enough for one day. Now, they are content to look at the nothingness, the beautiful, empty space where dreams begin to paint their first faint streaks of silver. Next, the sense of sound begins to change its shape. The distant hum of a car, the ticking of a clock, or the settling of the house. These sounds are no longer separate things. They are merging into a single low frequency, like the sound of the ocean heard from inside a shell. My voice, too, is becoming part of this background hum. You don't need to listen to the meaning of my words. Just listen to the melody of the sound. Let it be a warm breeze that carries you further away from the shore of wakefulness. Each sound you hear is just a signal to relax even more, a reminder that the world is continuing its slow, rhythmic dance without you. Now, feel your sense of touch softening at the edges. The boundary between your skin and the sheets is fading. It's as if you are becoming a cloud, a mist, or a gentle vapor that fills the room. You don't feel the weight of your limbs as much as you feel the absence of effort. You are floating in a state of sensory silence. The temperature of the air, the texture of the fabric, the weight of the air, it all feels like a single, unified sensation of comfort. There is no cold, no heat, only the perfect equilibrium of the night. As these windows close, your brain begins to produce its own internal music. Science tells us that in this quietude, your mind starts to hum with the electricity of imagination. Without the distractions of the outside world, your inner world becomes a vivid tapestry. This is where the true science of sleep begins to shine, the moment where the brain stops being a receiver of information and becomes a creator of worlds. You are moving into the workshop of the soul, where everything is made of light and shadow, and where you are the silent architect of your own peace. Repeat this softly to your inner self. I am quiet. I am still. I am inward. You are descending into the deep, cool well of your subconscious. The surface is far above you now, a shimmering circle of light that is getting smaller and smaller. Down here, the water is still and clear. Down here, there is no noise. There's only the long, slow pulse of the universe, beating in time with your heart. You are drifting into the velvet embrace of the deep. The windows are closed. The doors are locked. The lights are out. You are safe. You are ready. Imagine that inside your mind, a gentle, silver river has begun to flow. All day long, your brain has been like a busy marketplace, filled with the dust of information, the echoes of conversations, and the footprints of 1,000 different thoughts. But now, as the gates of the senses are closed, the marketplace is empty. The moon has risen over the cobblestones, and this quiet, cool river is rising to wash everything clean. This is the science of the nightly tides, a deep, cellular cleansing that prepares your spirit for a brand new dawn. Slow breath in and out. As you lie in this perfect stillness, your brain is doing something magnificent. It is carefully sorting through the fragments of your day, like a wise gardener deciding which seeds to keep and which to let blow away in the wind. You don't need to help with this sorting. You don't need to remember what happened at noon or what was said at dinner. Your mind is already on it, wrapping the important memories in soft silk and tucking them away into safe, hidden drawers. The rest, the noise, the trivial worries of flickering shadows, is being released into the silver river, where it dissolves and floats away into the infinite dark. Feel the cooling sensation of this mental tide. It starts at the base of your skull and moves forward, a slow-motion wave of clarity that rinses every neural pathway. It feels like a cool cloth being pressed against a tired forehead. With every exhale, imagine that you are breathing out the gray dust of the day. Slow breath in and out. Each breath out is a clearing. Each breath in is a pull of fresh, starlit energy. You are becoming lighter. You are becoming clearer. The heavy, tangled knots of thought are being unraveled by the gentle hands of the night. There is a beautiful rhythm to this inner work. It is the pulse of life itself, moving in the shadows. Science tells us that while your body is still, your brain is more alive than ever in its own quiet way. Not with the frantic energy of the day, but with the steady, purposeful grace of a master craftsman. It is mending the frayed edges of your patience. It is polishing the glass of your perception. You are the house being renovated while you sleep soundly in the center of it. You are the forest being replenished by a midnight rain. As the silver river flows, you might feel a sense of profound relief, as if a heavy backpack you've been carrying for miles has finally been set down. You are no longer responsible for holding onto the world. The world is holding itself. Your memories are safe. Your thoughts are being tended to. You can simply float on the surface of this river, letting the current take you deeper into the heart of the night. The water is the perfect temperature, not too cold, not too warm, just a seamless extension of your own skin. Repeat this softly to the silence. I am being renewed. I am being cleansed. I am empty and at peace. Let the word empty feel like a gift. It is the emptiness of a clean room, the emptiness of a fresh page, the emptiness of a sky waiting for the first stars to appear. You are a vessel of quiet, waiting for the dreams to fill you up with their soft, impossible colors. The river is carrying you now, past the fields of yesterday, toward the mountains of tomorrow. But for now, there's only the river. There's only the flow. There's only the deep, silver peace. Sinking, washing, resting. Listen carefully now, not with your ears, but with the very center of your chest. There's a soft, rhythmic drumming there, your heart moving in a slow and steady dance. As you drift deeper, this rhythm is beginning to change. It is no longer the quick, urgent beat of the working day. It is slowing down, stretching out, finding its way back to a much older song. Imagine that your heartbeat is syncing with the very pulse of the earth itself. The slow, tectonic breathing of the mountains and the deep, rhythmic pulling of the tides. You are no longer an isolated drum. You are a note in a vast, universal symphony of rest. Science tells us that when we fall into a deep sleep, our bodies return to the rhythms of the natural world. Your breath, your pulse, and even the electrical waves in your brain begin to mirror the slow cycles of the planet. Imagine that you are lying on a bed of soft, cool earth in the heart of an ancient forest. Beneath you, the roots of great trees are humming with low, grounding energy. You can feel that hum rising up to meet you, vibrating through your spine, telling your nervous system that it is okay to let go of the artificial rhythms of clocks and schedules. You are a part of the earth, and the earth is at rest. Feel the weight of this connection. It is a warm, magnetic pull that anchors you to the present moment. You don't need to be anywhere else. You don't need to be anyone else. In this resonance, the worries that felt so large during the day now seem as small as grains of sand on a vast beach. They are being washed over by the immense, slow waves of the night. Each wave is a cycle of your breath. Slow breath in and out. In, the world expands. Out, the world settles. You are breathing with the trees, with the oceans, and with the stars that turn silently in the great dark above. There's a profound healing in this synchronization. As your heart slows to the earth's pace, your body begins to repair itself with a quiet efficiency. The energy that was used for movement and speech is now being turned inward, like a gentle fire warming the rooms of a house. This internal warmth is spreading through your limbs, softening your joints and soothing your nerves. You are like a musical instrument being perfectly tuned by the hands of the night. The discord of the day is gone. replaced by a single, pure tone of peace that resonates in every cell of your being. Let yourself float on this resonance. You are a leaf on a calm lake, moving only when the water moves. You are a cloud in a still sky, drifting only when the air sighs. There is no effort in this movement. It is a passive, beautiful drifting. You are moving closer to the center of the night, where the pulse is the slowest and the silence is the deepest. In this center, there is a place of absolute stillness, a point of light where all stories begin and end. You are moving toward that light, guided by the steady beat of your own peaceful heart. Repeat this softly within. My heart is calm. The world is still. I am one with the night. The words are just ripples on the surface. The peace is the deep water below. You are sinking into that water, feeling its cool, supportive pressure. You are safe. You are held. You are home. Rhythmic, slow, one with the deep, the great void of infinite rest. Imagine that the landscape of your mind is slowly expanding, stretching out in every direction until the borders simply vanish. You're no longer in a room or on a bed or even in a forest. You are drifting into a vast, friendly void, a soft, dark space where there are no walls, no ceilings, and no limits. This is not a hollow emptiness. It is a fertile velvet silence, the kind of space that existed before the first star was born. In this great void, you are weightless. You are formless. You are simply a spark of awareness floating in a sea of pure, unmanifested peace. Science tells us that just before we enter the deepest stages of sleep, our brain waves become long, slow, and powerful. These are the waves that carry us across the ocean of the void. Think of it as a deep-sea diver descending into the abyss, where the blue turns indigo, and the indigo turns to a shimmering, living black. Down here, there is no pressure. There is no noise. The light of the world above is now just a tiny, fading speck, like a distant star. You don't need to reach for that light. You are perfectly comfortable here, in the deep. The darkness is not a lack of light. It is a presence of rest, a warm and heavy blanket that covers your soul. In this space, the concept of you begins to soften and dissolve. You don't need to hold on to your name, your age, or your worries. They're like small pebbles that you have dropped into the water, and they are sinking far away from you. Here in the void, you are as vast as the sky. You are as deep as the ocean. You are as still as the space between two breaths. Feel this expansion in your chest. With every inhale, you grow wider. With every exhale, you settle deeper into the nothingness. There's a profound freedom in being nothing. For when you are nothing, you are everything. This is the sanctuary where your spirit truly replenishes itself. Away from the friction of the world, away from the constant pulling of desires and fears, you are simply being. It is a state of pure existence. Your brain is now humming in a low, resonant frequency that matches the silence of the void. This frequency is a healing balm, coating every nerve and soothing every memory. You are like a star that has decided to stop burning brightly and instead choose to glow softly, contented and cool. You are not lost in the dark. You are the darkness, and the darkness is kind. Let the silence fill the gaps between your thoughts until the thoughts themselves become unnecessary. You are drifting on a raft made of shadows, moving through a galaxy of quiet. There is no wind to push you, no current to pull you, only the slow, inevitable drift toward the heart of sleep. Everything is balanced. Everything is perfect. You are a single note of music that has been sustained for an eternity, fading into the most beautiful silence ever heard. Repeat this softly to the void. I am space. I am stillness. I am rest. The words don't need to be loud. They don't even need to be heard. They are just ripples in the velvet. You are sinking further, deeper, beyond the reach of time. Empty, infinite, safe, the weavers of the dream tapestry. As you drift within the great void, imagine that you are approaching a soft, glowing loom that stretches across the horizon of your mind. Here, in the quietest corner of your subconscious, the weavers of dreams are beginning their nightly work. They do not use threads of wool or silk. They use threads of starlight, fragments of soft feelings, and the gentle echoes of your heart's desires. This is the stage where the science of sleep becomes the art of the soul. You don't need to guide their hands. You don't need to suggest a story. You are the guest of honor at this private showing, and all you have to do is be still and watch the first faint colors appear. Science tells us that as we move into deeper sleep, our brain begins to synthesize the experiences of our life into symbols and images. Think of it as a master painter taking the raw colors of your day and blending them into a masterpiece of the night. The sharp edges of conversation might become the soft rustle of leaves. The heat of a task might become the warmth of a golden sun in a dream sky. Everything is being transformed. Everything is being made beautiful. These weavers are kind. They take your worries and turn them into birds that fly away, and they take your hopes and turn them into gardens that bloom in an instant. Feel the gentle rhythm of the loom. It is the same rhythm as your breathing. Each inhale pulls a thread of silver light. Each exhale weaves it into the fabric. Slow breath in and out. You're lying on a bed made of this dream fabric, and it is the softest thing you have ever felt. It is weightless, yet it holds you completely. As the tapestry grows, the world of the day becomes even more distant. It is like looking through a frosted window at a landscape you no longer inhabit. You are here now, in the workshop of the impossible, where the laws of gravity and time have no power over you. The colors behind your eyelids are becoming more vivid now, though they are still soft and muted. You might see a flash of deep ocean blue, a swirl of sunset orange, or the pale green of a forest in spring. These are not just colors. They are the moods of your mind settling into peace. The weavers are working in total silence, their movements as fluid as water. They are preparing a world for you where you can fly without wings, where you can speak without words, and where you can find rest that goes down to the very marrow of your bones. You are safe in their care. You are protected by the stories they tell. Let yourself be drawn into the patterns. Don't try to make sense of them. If you see a house that floats or a tree that sings, simply smile and let it pass. This is the logic of the heart, a logic that is far older and wiser than the logic of the head. You are descending into the deep REM state, the place where your spirit is most free. Your body is perfectly still, a quiet temple on the hill, while your mind begins its magnificent journey through the stars. You are drifting into the heart of the tapestry. Repeat this softly to your inner self. The story is beginning. The world is soft. I am the dreamer. You are no longer watching the loom. You are becoming part of the weave. You are the silver thread. You are the starlight. You are the dream itself. Moving deeper, fading further, into the colors, into the peace, the celestial drift among the stars. Imagine now that the ceiling of your room has slowly dissolved, revealing a vast, infinite sky filled with ancient, twinkling stars. You are no longer held by the weight of the earth. You are beginning a celestial drift, a slow and silent movement upward into the cool, dark cradle of the cosmos. This is a stage where your consciousness expands beyond the walls of your home, beyond the streets of your city, and finds its place among the constellations. You are a voyager of the night, and the stars are your silent companions, watching over you with a light that has traveled millions of years just to touch your closed eyelids. Science speaks of the stillness of space, a vacuum where sound does not exist. Think of this silence as the ultimate form of rest. As you drift higher, the noise of the world below, the humming of wires, the rushing of water, the echoes of time, all fall away into a single, profound hush. You are floating in a sea of indigo, where the air is replaced by a gentle, magnetic energy that supports you perfectly. You don't need to navigate. You don't need to know the names of the stars. You are simply being carried by the invisible hands of the universe, moving through a gallery of nebulae made of soft, glowing dust. Feel the cold, clean piece of the starlight. It is not a cold that shivers, but cold that soothes, like a silver compress on a tired soul. Your brain is now humming in harmony with the celestial spheres. Each pulse of a distant star is a pulse of your own relaxation. Slow breath in and out. In this high, quiet place, your perspective is shifting. The problems of the day, which once felt as large as mountains, are now just tiny flickers of light, far, far below. They are small. They are distant. They are harmless. Up here, there's only the vastness. Up here, there's only the eternal now. As you drift through the starlit ocean, you might feel as though you're made of the same light as the stars themselves. And in a way, you are. The science of the universe is the science of you, the same atoms, the same ancient energy, returning home to the dark. This realization is a deep, comforting anchor. You belong here. You are not a stranger in the dark. You are a child of the night, resting in the arms of your origin. The stars are not distant. They are reflections of quiet sparks in your own dreaming mind. You are drifting, moving past the moon, toward a place where light and shadow are one. Let the gravity of the celestial bodies pull you into a slow, circular orbit of peace. You are rotating around the center of your own rest, a sun of pure, quiet energy. Your body is a vessel of light, transparent and weightless. The deeper you go into the cosmos, the more silent your mind becomes. The words of the day have turned into stardust, scattering across the void. There is nothing to say. There is nothing to hear. There is only the feeling of infinite space and the comfort of infinite time. Repeat this softly to the stars. I am stardust. I am light. I am drifting home. The universe is vast, but you are not lost. You are exactly where you are meant to be, floating in the heart of the night, protected by the silence of the galaxy. Higher, lighter, lost in the silver, the sanctuary of the inner temple. Imagine that your journey through the stars has led you back to a place of profound stillness, hidden in the very center of your being. You are standing before the entrance of an ancient inner temple, a sanctuary built not of stone, but of silence and soft, glowing light. This is the place where your soul goes to rest when the world becomes too loud. The doors are tall and made of polished cedar, and as you approach, they swing open without a sound, inviting you into a space where time has no meaning, and the air is filled with a sense of eternal grace. You don't need to do anything here. You don't need to pray or think or ask. You simply need to be. As you step inside, feel the cool, smooth marble beneath your feet, but it is a marble that is warm to the touch, echoing the heat of your own life. The walls of this temple are lined with high, arched windows that look out onto a landscape of perpetual twilight. There is a soft blue incense curling into the air, carrying the scent of sandalwood and old memories. This is the science of your inner peace, the ability of your mind to create a fortress where the chaos of the outside world can never enter. You are the architect of this temple, and tonight you are its only inhabitant. Every pillar, every archway, is a symbol of your strength and your capacity for rest. Find a place to lie down in the center of the sanctuary. There's a bed of soft, white silk waiting for you, surrounded by the gentle flicker of 1,000 small candles. Each candle flame represents a quiet thought, a moment of gratitude, or a breath of peace. As you settle into the silk, watch as the flames begin to dim, one by one. You don't need to blow them out. They are fading naturally as you move deeper into the night. With every flame that vanishes, a layer of tension leaves your body. Your brow is smooth. Your breath is a long, slow sigh that echoes through the vast, quiet hall. In this inner temple, your brain is performing its most sacred task. It is harmonizing the different parts of your soul. The logic of the left and the intuition of the right are coming together in a perfect, silent embrace. Science tells us that in the deepest stages of sleep, the brain enters a state of global coherence, a moment where everything is in sync, moving like a single, beautiful wave. You can feel this coherence in your chest. It is a feeling of being whole. You are not a collection of fragments or tasks. You are a single luminous being, resting in the heart of your own creation. The silence in the temple is becoming absolute. Even the sound of the incense smoke rising has faded. You are drifting into the Holy of Holies, the innermost chamber where dreams are born from pure silence. There is no more need for words. There is no more need for imagery. You are sinking to the floor of the temple, through the layers of the earth, into a space that is even deeper than sleep itself. You are moving toward the source of all rest. It is a lightless, soundless, yet infinitely loving space. Repeat this softly to the spirit of the temple. I am home. I am whole. I am at rest. Let the words dissolve into the blue smoke. Let the smoke dissolve into the shadows. You are becoming the temple. You are becoming the silence. You are becoming the peace. Deep in the sanctuary, beneath the candles, one with the stillness, the oceanic depths of sleep. Imagine now that your inner temple has slowly transformed, its marble walls melting away into a vast, boundless ocean of liquid moonlight. You are no longer lying on silk. You are floating on the surface of a sea that is as warm as your own skin and as calm as a mirror. The sky above and the water below have merged into a single, infinite shade of indigo. There is no horizon, no shore, and no bottom. You are suspended in the very heart of the world's quietest ocean, where every ripple is a lullaby and every movement is a slow-motion prayer of rest. Science tells us that the deeper we sink into sleep, the more our brain waves resemble the long, powerful swells of the deep sea. Think of these as the delta waves, the slowest, deepest pulses of human life. They move through you like a great, invisible tide, pulling you away from the jagged rocks of daily worry and out into the smooth, open water of the unconscious. You don't need to swim. You don't even need to float. The water itself is intelligent. It knows how to hold you. It presses against you with a gentle, consistent weight that tells your muscles they are finally free from the burden of movement. As you begin to sink beneath the surface, you realize that this is not a place of drowning, but a place of profound belonging. The water is clear and filled with soft, bioluminescent glow, the light of your own dreaming mind. You are descending slowly, drifting past a forest of coral made of forgotten thoughts and the schools of silver fish that represent your quietest hopes. Everything down here is silent. The pressure of the water is like a full-body hug from the universe, a deep-tissue massage for the soul. With every foot you descend, the world above becomes more of a myth, a story told in a language you no longer speak. In these oceanic depths, your body is undergoing a miraculous restoration. Like a ship being repaired in a quiet harbor, your cells are being mended by the salt and the silence. The friction of the day, the heat of anger, the sharpness of stress, the weight of fatigue, is being neutralized by the cool, alkaline peace of the deep. Your heart is a steady, slow throb, a sonar pulse in the darkness, echoing the vastness of the sea. You are learning the true meaning of depth. You are discovering that beneath the waves of your personality lies a quiet, unchanging ocean of pure existence. Let yourself sink further. There is a soft, sandy floor far below, made of the dust of a billion dreams. You are drifting toward it, moving through the layers of blue until they turn into a rich, velvety black. This blackness is not empty. It is full of potential, a dark, fertile soil where the seeds of your tomorrow are being watered by the stillness. You are a pearl in its shell, tucked away in the deepest crevice of the night, protected by miles of quiet water. No storm on the surface can reach you here. No wind can disturb your peace. You are in the heart of the abyss, and the abyss is kind. Repeat this softly to the water. I am deep. I am dark. I am still. Let the words become bubbles that float up and disappear. You are the ocean. You are the tide. You are the deep, unending rest. Descending deeper into the blue, into the black, the city of fading echoes. As you sink deeper into the oceanic blackness of the previous stage, the water begins to transform once more. You find yourself drifting above a vast, silent city made of light and shadow. This is the city of your day's memories. But it is not a bustling city. It is a town at midnight, where every lamp is being slowly extinguished. Imagine walking down these quiet streets. All the conversations you had, the faces you saw, and the tasks you completed are like buildings made of soft, gray mist. And as you pass them by, they are gently dissolving, turning back into the quiet air from which they came. Science tells us that sleep is a time when the brain declutters its internal landscape. Think of it as a gentle wind blowing through the city of memories, carrying away the loose papers and the dust of trivial thoughts. You don't need to hold on to any of it. You don't need to remember where you parked your car, or what you need to buy tomorrow, or what someone said to you in passing. These things are being filed away in the archives of the deep, leaving the streets of your mind wide, open and incredibly peaceful. You are the only wanderer in the city of silence, and your footsteps make no sound on the velvet pavement. Feel the relief of this forgetting. To sleep is to give yourself permission to forget the world for a while. As the buildings of memory dissolve, the space around you grows larger and larger. The walls of your responsibilities are melting away. The roofs of your worries are lifting off and drifting into the stars. You are left with a beautiful, clean emptiness. In this city, there are no clocks. There are no schedules. There's only the long, lingering glow of the moonlight on the quiet squares. You can sit by a fountain of silver water and watch as the last echoes of the day fade into the stillness. Your brain is now in a state of deep restoration. While the city of your conscious mind sleeps, a secret team of caretakers is working in the shadows. They are polishing the windows of your perception, mending the roads of your nerves, and planting seeds of fresh energy in the gardens of your soul. You are the city, and you are being renewed from the inside out. The science of this moment is the science of grace, the way the body knows how to heal itself when we simply get out of the way. You are getting out of the way now. You are becoming a ghost in your own home, a light and airy presence that needs nothing and wants nothing. Let the city fade entirely now. The streets are disappearing. The lights are all gone. You are moving beyond the architecture of thought altogether. You are drifting into the open countryside of the deep subconscious, where the grass is made of silk and the sky is a permanent indigo. There is a sense of profound space here. You can breathe deeply, knowing that there is nothing to hit, nothing to stop you, and nothing to worry about. You are expanding until you are as large as the landscape itself. Repeat this softly to the fading city. The day is gone. The work is done. I am free. Let the word free resonate in your bones. You are free from the weight of your own story. You are free from the boundaries of your own skin. You are drifting into the pure, unwritten potential of the night, fading, emptying, released into the dark, the timeless drift beyond the hours. Now, I want you to imagine that the great clock of the universe has finally stopped its ticking. The hands of time have grown tired and have simply come to rest, frozen in a moment of perfect, eternal peace. You have stepped outside of the stream of minutes and hours. You are no longer moving toward tomorrow, and you are no longer tethered to yesterday. You are suspended in the now, a vast golden now that stretches out in every direction like a calm lake under a moon that never sets. In this place, there is no such thing as being late, and there is no such thing as running out of time. You have all the time in the universe, because here, time is only a feeling of endless, supportive space. Science tells us that in deep sleep, the parts of our brain that track the passage of time finally go offline. This is why a single minute of a dream can feel like an eternity, and why an entire night can pass in the blink of an eye. You are entering that timeless dimension now. Feel the relief of letting go of the calendar. The deadlines that felt like heavy chains are now just whispers of smoke, dissolving into the cool night air. You don't need to count your breaths. The breaths will happen on their own. You don't need to wait for sleep. Sleep is already here, a timeless ocean that has always been waiting for you to return to its depths. Imagine you are a star child drifting through a nebula of soft, glowing stardust. This stardust is made of pure, unhurried light. As it brushes against your skin, it reminds you that you are made of ancient elements that have existed long before time was ever measured. You are as old as the mountains and as young as the first light of a new star. This perspective is a profound medicine for the soul. Slow breath in and out. When you stop fighting the clock, your body responds with a deep, chemical sigh of relief. Your cells begin to vibrate at a slower, more natural frequency, the frequency of the earth, the frequency of the stones, the frequency of the infinite dark. In this timeless drift, you might feel as though you are expanding, without the boundaries of minutes and hours. Your spirit is free to grow as wide as the galaxy. You are a vast, quiet presence, filling the entire room, filling the entire house, filling the entire sky. There is no friction here, because there is nothing to move against. You are simply being, a steady flame in a windless room. Your brain is now bathing in the slow, rhythmic waves of the deep night, mending the spirit in a way that only timelessness can. You are being restored not just for tomorrow, but for all of time. Let the concept of waiting disappear. You are not waiting for sleep to come. You are already dwelling in the heart of it. You are not waiting for the sun to rise. You are the darkness that holds the stars. This is the ultimate surrender, to let go of the need for the next moment to arrive. Enjoy the stillness of this moment. Feel the cool air in your nostrils. Feel the weight of your head on the pillow. These are the only markers of existence now, and they are beautiful in their simplicity. Repeat this softly to the quiet. Time is gone. Space is wide. I am eternal. The words are like pebbles dropped into a bottomless well. They fall forever, and you never hear them hit the bottom. You are falling with them, moving to the layers of the timeless night, deeper and deeper into the soft, velvet embrace of the absolute. No hours, no minutes, only this, only peace. The whispering forest of dreams. Imagine that the timeless golden lake has gently transformed into a vast, ancient forest at the break of a permanent, silver dawn. This is the whispering forest of dreams, a place where the trees are tall, wise, and made of soft, glowing moonlight. The ground beneath you is covered in a thick carpet of emerald moss that feels cooler and softer than the finest silk. As you wander through this forest, not with your feet, but with your drifting spirit, you notice that the leaves are not rustling in the wind. They are whispering a gentle song of safety. Each whisper is a reminder that you are protected, and that here, in the heart of your subconscious, you are completely at home. Science tells us that as we enter the deep phases of sleep, our mind begins to wander through a landscape of symbols. In this forest, every tree represents a part of your strength. One tree is your courage, its roots going deep into the dark, nourishing earth. Another tree is your kindness, its branches stretching wide to shelter everything beneath it. As you move through this green cathedral, you are simply reconnecting with these parts of yourself in the quietest way possible. You don't need to climb the trees, and you don't need to count the leaves. You only need to breathe in the cool, oxygen-rich air that smells of ancient pine and rain-washed stone. Feel the profound stillness of the forest floor. It is a stillness that goes down for miles. Even the shadows here are friendly. They are like soft blankets of indigo draped over the roots and ferns. As you lie down on the moss in your mind's eye, feel the earth rising up to meet you. It is as if the forest itself is breathing with you, a slow, deep inhalation of life, and a long, peaceful exhalation of rest. Slow breath in and out. Your heart is now beating in rhythm with the sap flowing through the trees, a slow and steady pulse that connects you to the ancient wisdom of the natural world. In this whispering forest, the noise of the human world is a forgotten myth. There are no machines here, no screens, and no voices calling for your attention. There is only the distant, silver chime of a hidden brook and the occasional, soft hoot of an owl in the high branches. This is a sanctuary where your brain heals its weary connections. While you rest in the moss, the forest is busy weaving a canopy of protection over you, filtering out any stray thoughts or lingering echoes of the day. You are the forest guest, and it honors your need for silence with a devotion that is as old as the stars. Let the green light of the forest bathe your mind. It is a light that heals, a light that cools the fever of busy thinking. Your thoughts are now like small birds that have finally found their nest of the night. They have tucked their heads under their wings and gone to sleep. There is a great, beautiful nothing happening all around you. You are becoming a part of the moss, a part of the bark, a part of the cool, damp earth. You are dissolving into the landscape of your own peace. Repeat this softly to the trees. I am rooted. I am shaded. I am still. The words are like falling leaves, drifting slowly to the ground and becoming one with the earth. You are sinking through the moss, through the roots, into the very heart of the dreaming world. Shadows dancing, leaves whispering, safe in the green, deep in the dream. The final descent into the luminous core. Imagine that the whispering forest has slowly begun to fade, and you are now drifting toward the very center of your own existence, a glowing, luminous core of pure, white peace. This is the heart of your being, the place where all your dreams are born, and where all your weariness is finally undone. You are not walking toward it. You are being drawn to it like a single drop of water being pulled toward the center of a vast, calm pool. There is no resistance here. There is only the sweet, magnetic attraction of absolute rest. You are descending through layers of soft, radiant light that feel like a warm, liquid embrace. Science tells us that as we reach the deepest levels of non-REM sleep, the brain performs a final, magnificent synchronization. It is as if a grand orchestra has finally found its perfect, singular note and is holding it in a long, beautiful vibration. You can feel this vibration in your bones. It is a hum of pure harmony that tells your body its work is complete. You have traveled through the stars, the oceans, the cities, and the forests, and now you have arrived at the source. This core is the engine of your life. But tonight, the engine is quiet, bathed in the cooling waters of the subconscious. As you move closer to this core, you notice that the light is not blinding. It is a soft, pearlescent glow that feels like a physical touch on your skin. It is the light of safety. It is the light of total acceptance. In this place, there are no shadows and there are no judgments. You are seen for exactly who you are, a beautiful, tired soul who deserves this moment of complete stillness. Slow breath in and out. Feel the last remnants of your physical self dissolving into this light. Your name is gone. Your age is gone. Your memories are now just distant sparks in the periphery. There is only the core. There is only the light. In this luminous center, the concept of a story or a journey no longer makes sense. You have arrived. There is nowhere left to go and nothing left to become. You are a seed resting in the dark, warm heart of the universe, waiting for nothing, wanting for nothing. Your brain is now producing the most profound waves of the night. Waves so slow and so deep that they seem to mimic the rotation of the earth itself. This is the ultimate healing. This is the moment where your spirit is rebuilt, molecule by molecule, in the silence of the core. Let the light of the core fill your entire field of vision until there is no distinction between you and the glow. You are the light. You are the peace. You are the stillness. The world of the surface is 1,000 lifetimes away. The sounds of the day are a language you have forgotten how to translate. You are safe in the deepest vault of the night, tucked away in a place where the darkness and the light are the same thing, a single, unified field of love and rest. Repeat this softly to the luminous center. I am at the core. I am at the center. I am peace. Let the words melt into glow like flakes of snow hitting a warm palm. You are sinking into the very middle of yourself, where the silence is absolute and the rest is infinite. Slow breath in and out. Sinking home. Found the center. Only light. Only sleep. The floating clouds of unknowing. Imagine that you have drifted beyond the luminous core and have now emerged into a realm of soft, weightless mist. These are the clouds of unknowing. In this place, you don't need to know who you are, where you are, or what tomorrow holds. Knowledge is a heavy garment, and here you are invited to take it off and let it float away. You are surrounded by vast, pillowy banks of indigo and violet clouds that support your body without any effort. You are floating in a state of pure, mindless bliss, where the only thing that exists is a soft texture of the fog against your spirit. Science tells us that there is a stage of sleep where the brain's executive function, the part that tries to make sense of everything, finally goes completely dark. This is the ultimate vacation for your mind. You are no longer the captain of the ship. You are the wind itself. You are drifting through these clouds like a slow-motion feather, moving without direction and without a destination. Each cloud you pass through is filled with a different kind of silence. One is the silence of the deep forest. Another is the silence of the high mountains. Another is the silence of the empty stars. You are absorbing this silence into your very cells. Feel the moisture of the clouds. It is a cool, silver mist that cleanses the heat of your thoughts. In this realm, your problems have no names. Your fears have no faces. They are just shadows that cannot survive in the soft, pervasive light of these clouds. You are in a state of unknowing, which is the highest form of wisdom. You have forgotten the language of numbers, the language of dates, and the language of logic. You are speaking the language of the clouds, a language made of drifting, fading, and being. As you float, your brain is performing a deep tissue cleaning of your subconscious. It is as if these clouds are acting as a sponge, soaking up the last remnants of the day's static. The noise in your head, the internal dialogue, the lists, the replay of old scenes, is being muffled by the thick, soft vapor. You are becoming as light as the mist itself. You might feel a sensation of your limbs expanding, growing long and airy, until you're no longer sure where you end and the clouds begin. This is a beautiful blur of deep sleep. This is the sanctuary of the unknown. Let yourself be carried by the gentle currents of this white noise world. There is no up, no down, no left, and no right. There is only the drift. There is only the float. You are safe in this cloud cradle, protected from the sharp edges of reality. The world of form and substance is gone. replaced by a world of feeling and flow. You are a ghost of light, dancing in a sea of shadow, moving closer and closer to the absolute stillness that lies at the heart of all things. Repeat this softly to the mist. I do not know. I do not care. I am only floating. Let the words disappear before they even leave your mind. They are just more vapor, more cloud, more peace. You are sinking to the layers of the fog, deeper into the soft, unmapped territories of the night. Weightless, formless, lost in the clouds, safe in the quiet. The river of forgetfulness and sweet release. Imagine that the floating clouds have gently condensed and turned into a slow-moving, crystalline river that flows to the very center of your soul. This is the river of forgetfulness. It is not a place where you lose what is important, but a place where you wash away the self that you had to be all day. As you step into this cool, silver stream, feel the water swirling around your ankles, your knees, and your chest. This water has a magical property of dissolving the past. Every difficult moment, every sharp word, every heavy responsibility is being carried away by the current, moving downstream toward the infinite sea of the night. Science tells us that sleep is the brain's way of hitting the reset button. It is a biological necessity to forget. If we remembered every detail of every second, our minds would break under the weight. In this river, your brain is performing that vital filtration. It is as if you are standing under a waterfall of pure moonlight, and it is rinsing your memory clean. You don't need to remember who you were at 10 o'clock this morning or what you felt at 4 o'clock this afternoon. Those versions of you have fulfilled their purpose. They are now being released into the water, turning into shimmering bubbles that pop and disappear. Feel the incredible lightness that comes with forgetting. Your name, your titles, your worries, they're all just labels. And in this river, the labels are peeling off. You are becoming a nameless, formless energy, drifting with the flow. The water is silk-soft and carries a scent of night-blooming jasmine and ancient rain. As you submerge yourself completely, you realize that the silence of the water is the most beautiful sound you have ever heard. It is the sound of enough. You have done enough. You have been enough. Now, you can simply be nothing for a while. In the state of sweet release, your nervous system is finally at total peace. The fight or flight echoes are long gone, replaced by the rest and digest rhythm of the deep river. Your heart is beating so slowly now that it feels like a soft pulse in a dream. Your brain is sorting through the day's experiences, keeping only the wisdom and letting the stress dissolve in the current. You're like a polished stone at the bottom of a clear stream, smooth, cool, and perfectly still. The world above the water is a distant, blurry memory that no longer concerns you. Let the current take you. Don't try to swim against it. Don't try to hold on to the shore. The river knows where it is going, and it is taking you to the land of deep, dreamless sleep. You are moving past the gardens of the past and the mountains of the future. You are in the flow of the eternal present. Everything is being washed away until only the core of your peace remains, bright, silent, and indestructible. Repeat this softly to the water. I let it go. I forget the day. I am the river. Let the words be carried away by the stream before they are even finished. You are sinking beneath the surface, into the cool, dark, and wonderful depths of the unknown. Washing clean, flowing away, nameless, at rest, the crystal palace of silence. As the river of forgetfulness carries you to its natural conclusion, you find yourself emerging into a world made entirely of light, air, and absolute stillness. Before you stands the crystal palace of silence. Its walls are made of transparent, glowing glass that reflects nothing but the deep indigo of the midnight sky. There are no echoes here. There are no shadows. This is a place where the noise of existence finally turns into a single, perfect note of crystal clarity. You are stepping through the entrance, and as you do, the last vibration of the world outside falls away. You are entering the most private, most protected chamber of your soul. Science tells us that there is a peak to our sleep cycle, a moment of such profound inactivity in the body that it mimics the stillness of stone. Inside this crystal palace, your brain is in that peak state. Every neuron is pulsing in a slow, synchronized rhythm, like the heartbeat of a sleeping giant. The palace is filled with a cool, blue light that emanates from the walls themselves. This light is a form of energy that heals as it touches you. Imagine walking through these halls of glass, feeling the absolute weightlessness of your own spirit. You are not just a person in a palace. You are the clarity of the glass itself. You are the silence that fills the rooms. Find the great hall at the center of the palace. In the middle of this hall is a dais made of pure, frozen starlight. As you lie down upon it, feel the resonance of the crystal beneath you. It is a frequency that matches the deep, slow waves of your brain. Slow breath in and out. Here, in the heart of silence, you can see the day you just lived as if it were a distant map drawn in fading ink. You see the hills of your efforts and the valleys of your rest, but you feel no attachment to them. They are small. They are finished. From the height of this crystal sanctuary, everything is in its right place. There is nothing to fix, nothing to change, and nothing to worry about. In this palace, your breath becomes a visible mist of silver, expanding and contracting with the rhythm of the universe. The silence is not empty. It is a presence. It is like a thick, warm liquid that fills your ears and covers your eyes, protecting you from any stray thought that might try to enter. You are in the silent room of the cosmos. While the world outside turns and screams and moves, you are the fixed point at the center of the turning wheel. This is where your strength is replenished. This is where the core of yourself is polished until it shines like a diamond in the dark. Let the transparency of the palace become your own transparency. You are a vessel of clear water. You are a mirror reflecting only the stars. The boundaries of your body are dissolving into the glass walls until you are as vast as a hall itself. There is no more me and them, no more now and then. There is only the crystal. There is only the light. There is only the deep, ringing silence of a soul that has finally found its way home. You are sinking through the crystal, through the starlight, into the very foundation of the night. Repeat this softly to glass walls. I am clear. I am still. I am the silence. The words don't even make a sound. They are just thoughts that turn into light and fade away. You are moving beyond the palace now, into the velvet dark that lies beneath the crystal, where the sleep is even deeper and the rest is even more complete. Polished, transparent, silent, home. The final horizon of the dreaming mind. Imagine that you have left the crystal palace behind, and you are now standing on the edge of a vast, purple horizon. Below you, there is no ground, and above you, there is no sky. There is only a soft, glowing line where the deep indigo of sleep meets the black velvet of the infinite. This is the final horizon. Beyond this line, words cannot follow. Beyond this line, even my voice will become nothing more than a faint vibration of love. You are standing at the very edge of the world you know, ready to step into the world of pure, unadulterated dream. Science tells us that as we cross this threshold, our brain enters the REM state, where the logic gates are completely wide open. This is the horizon of true freedom. On this side, you are still a human being lying in a bed, but on the other side of that purple line, you are anything you wish to be. You are the wind over a silver ocean. You are the light inside a mountain. You are a story that hasn't been written yet. Feel the gentle pull of this horizon. It is not a scary pull. It is a pull of a mother's arms, the pull of a warm blanket on a cold night. It is the universe saying, "Come, it is time to let go of the shore." Look back one last time at the world of the day. See it as a tiny, flickering candle far, far away. It looks beautiful, but it is small. It has no power over you here. The deadlines, the faces, the debts, the successes, they are all on the other side of the mountains. Here, at the horizon, you are weightless. Your spirit is stretching out, becoming as thin and as wide as the twilight itself. You are taking your final, conscious breath. From here on, the night will breathe for you. The stars will think for you. The silence will speak for you. In this state of ultimate transition, your body is a masterpiece of stillness. It is the anchor that allows your mind to fly. While your limbs rest in the heavy, warm embrace of the dark, your consciousness is beginning to dance on the edge of the horizon. You might feel a slight tingling, a sense of expanding beyond your skin. This is a sensation of your soul preparing for its nightly journey. You are safe. You are guarded by the ancient laws of rest. No harm can find you in this deep, purple twilight. You are the guest of the infinite, and the infinite has prepared a world of wonders just for you. Let yourself tilt forward. Let yourself fall very, very slowly over the edge of the horizon. You're not falling into a pit. You're falling into a sea of soft feathers. You are sinking into a cloud of forgetfulness. The colors are fading from purple to deep blue, then to charcoal, then to a shimmering, living black. This is the womb of the night. This is the place where you were born before you were born. It is familiar. It is kind. It is the end of the journey and the beginning of the dream. Pause. Repeat this one last time in the quietest whisper of your mind. I am crossing. I am fading. I am gone. The words are gone before they are even finished. There is no I anymore. There is only the horizon. There is only the drift. There is only the vast, welcoming dark. Over the edge, into the deep, beyond the stars. Safe, safe, safe. The eternal union with the infinite dark. You have arrived. You have passed through the stars, the oceans, the inner temples, and over the final horizon. Now, there is nothing left to do. There is no more journeying. There is no more seeking. You have reached the absolute heart of the night, the great stillness that lies beneath all things. Imagine that you are now a single drop of ink that has fallen into a vast, warm, and endless ocean of black velvet. You are not disappearing. You are expanding. You are becoming the ocean itself. This is the stage of the deepest, most restorative sleep, where your spirit and the universe become one single, silent breath. Science tells us that at this depth, the body is completely paralyzed in a state of perfect protection, while the soul wanders through the infinite corridors of the subconscious. You are now in the hands of the great healer. Every cell in your body is drinking from the well of silence. The static of the world is gone. The weight of being a person is gone. You are now just a frequency, a soft hum in the darkness, vibrating in harmony with the rotation of the earth and the drifting of the galaxies. You are safe. You are loved. You are held by a power that knows every atom of your being and whispers that all is well. Feel the absolute density of the peace around you. It is thick, warm, and supportive like the air in a dream of flying. There are no more images. There are no more thoughts. Even the word sleep has lost its meaning because you are the sleep. You are the darkness that cushions the stars. You are the silence between the heartbeats. As my voice begins to fade into the distance, let it be like a small boat drifting away from the shore, smaller and smaller, until it's just a speck on the horizon, and then nothing. You don't need the boat anymore. You have learned how to float on your own. In this final union, time has been extinguished. 1,000 years could pass in the stillness, and would feel like a single, beautiful second. You are being washed in the waters of eternity. When you wake, you will be a new person with a spirit that is bright and a body that is strong. But for now, stay here. Stay in the deep. Stay in the dark. This is your true home. This is the sanctuary that no one can take from you. You are the king of this quiet kingdom, and your only command is peace. The words are ending now. The silence is taking over. Let the silence be your blanket. Let the dark be your pillow. You are drifting into the absolute. You are sinking into the infinite. You are falling into the arms of the night, and they are so gentle. No more words. No more thoughts. Only the dark. Only the rest. Only sleep.